Hello everyone and welcome back to Girls Frontline. Um, in the previous video, we did chapter 1, so obviously, chronologically, we're going to be going into chapter 2, Echo, and so with that, um, it was a bit embarrassing. I wasn't recording my audio, and so I'm redoing everything, so pretty much, um, my formation is pretty standard. We have obviously 2 assault rifles, 2 SMGs, and 1 handgun. Um, Handguns become very important later on if you're doing night battles, events that has night battles, and sometimes it's better not to have a handgun in certain night battles due to the fact that if the enemies are spotted in your range with if you have a handgun in your team, they will go after you, and that is not what you're supposed to do in some events. But again, as you can see, I haven't really been using echelon 2 and 3 as because I have both of them in training, which is P90 and CMS. I think it was CMS. I literally just looked at it, but yeah. And so as you can see, my team's a bit weird. It's because of how, not gonna lie, EN server certainly has it quite easy at the moment due to the fact that P90 came out, I think, after or before CT, but I'm not too sure on her release date. But having P90 is certainly a godsend in a way. Um, oh, they only have Arctic Warfare here. Anyways, so we're gonna continue with Chapter 2, Echoes. I'm gonna try my best to get through this as soon as possible because I talk too much in all of my videos, so please, you know, bear with me because I have a lot to talk about this game, and it certainly is going to be interesting once Singularity hits. So, anyways, we shall go into 2-1. As you can see, I did not complete it with an S rank or a silver rating, because again, when the game first came out for EN, I rushed through it similarly to with some other people. But anyways, we shall continue. Okay, so 2-1 is certainly an easy map, uh, mainly. So you're actually introduced to new enemies here compared to Chapter 1. If I recall, I don't really remember enemy units off the top of my head, but these two are basically here since Chapter 1, but you're introduced to these little guys called Diner Gates, and they are a rifle team's worst nightmare in higher levels. It is not recommended to go up against them with rifle teams, as the rifle team will be overwhelmed, and so having a grenade launcher, AR team, or any unit like MGs and such will be much more efficient compared to going up against these little guys. So on top of that, these guys here actually, if I recall, have a higher evasion compared to normal units. Um, so at night, they are a total nightmare to deal with, and so it is not best to really go up against them without having tech boxes equipped on most of your guns. So a best way to deal with the diner gates, if I remember correctly, if you do have a rifle team, always have that rifle team equipped with a what was it, the rocket ferry or something? I'm I'm not too sure if it was the rocket ferry or it was the bomber ferry. I get the ferries confused because even I don't even use them. As you guys can see, I have combat fairy stuff off. So we're gonna clear chapter 2-1 right now. Um, at the moment, since I'm up against low levels, I don't really have to worry about my rifle team getting completely destroyed by the Dynagate, but um, again, later on, they become a huge threat if you end up having to fight them with your rifle team. But on top of that, Chapter 2-1 is a fairly simple one. Capture the post and then you're done. Later on in some events, in most of the events, you will be doing a supply line. And that one requires you to actually capture the supply line and have all the nodes to that supply line back to your post, back to your command post, and then it will become the supply line, and you have to hold it for a certain amount of turns. Okay, apparently Kruger wants to know if we like cats, and cats are pretty okay. If that solves anything. I'm gonna move my chair up more. Okay. So now we're gonna go into 2-2. As you guys can see, my attempt number is 118. I mainly use this to farm up my low-level team at the time, before I decided I could just use combat simulations. But again, 2-2 is a pretty good one if combat simulations are not up, if you are low level. So have fun with that. Okay, so 2-2 is a fairly simple map. You start on the far left and move up to the far right. This one, if oh wait, I was like, why is it not letting me click? So I'm gonna be sending out my first echelon because probably get it done faster. So basically, on how you farm 2-2 is just just complete it as soon as possible. You don't have to worry about fighting every single bot, every single unit. Sometimes it will line up perfectly where each unit will actually perfectly align themselves. So there are some chances on 2-2 where this guy right here, or I don't think the oh crap, I I I just realized I don't have my mouse showing up. So the unit above us, on the right in the middle, the 403 combat efficiency, if things line up properly, he will move backwards towards the command post, and this unit will come towards us. And they did the exact opposite of what I predicted, but that's fine because now they're lined up in a straight line. So which is good. I mean, you could use this to farm in a way, but again, their movements are always random, so you will not be guaranteed on getting everything lined up like that to get a S rank. And getting S ranks are really important, but they're useful. If I remember, they give you gems for getting S ranks on all 6 chapters in the episode, but don't quote me on that because I have I haven't really been completing or S ranking anything recently, as I only really been logging in, doing my dailies, getting off. And so, at this very moment, I'm trying my best to get through Chapter 2, or no, not Chapter 2, Episode 2, Episode 3, Episode 4, Episode 5, through, and then once I reach Episode 6, it will be all new things for this account. But in general, I know what happens at certain things, but I won't really say much. But at the moment, as you guys know, AR team is fairly important to Griffin. And yeah, oh wow, okay, that actually works well. So by the end of, or by the time of turn 3, you will get an S rank. Let me just end it. But sometimes they will actually be below. Alright, well, that was the introduction of M4A1. As you can see, I got an S rank due to the fact that I eliminated all enemies. I don't really care for the S rank, but the main reason why you should really get all the medals is mainly due to the purpose of getting access to the auto battle, and so you don't have to worry about running through the whole mission by yourself all over again. So it's useful on some maps and not so useful on others. So we're gonna move into chapter 2-3. Alright, so 2-3 is quite the interesting map. I just realized I was wearing my headphones backwards. But 2-3 is an interesting map due to the fact that we have 2 spots to drop in. So I'm gonna put, since I've been mainly using them, I'll put them here, and then we'll start the operation. So now we have 4 spaces. This is a pretty fast one. We'll send out our rifle team over here, and then that's pretty much it. Again, you don't have to worry about the smaller command post if you were a new person. Once the smaller one is, if it's captured, you don't have to worry about it. It's mainly the command post that you need to protect. But since this is a fast map, you can go about it 2 ways. You could go the bottom portion on how I did it, or you can go to the top portion and get all 4 of those enemies to take down. But other than that, again, fast route or the more EXP route, it depends on you. But at the moment, 2, 3 should be done in a few seconds. The reason why I'm sending PPK up farther up is so that their range reaches farther and we don't have to run, due to the fact that rifles have a slower movement speed compared to the other units, as well as MGs. MG, shotguns, and rifles have a slow movement speed. So if they're on your team, it will be fairly slow for you to actually, it's going to be really slow for them to reach the designated targets. So anyways, chapter 2-3 is finished. Okay, and by the time I unmute my mic, the car drives by. Okay, I see how it is. So I'm gonna quickly clear out my inventory again. I don't necessarily like using the T-dolls for enhancement, because I personally do not like having to do so. Oops, why did I hit cancel? But again, it's either resources or skills or enhancement for some. But as you can see, I already have a majority of them. Kinda. Oh, well, I need to put a lot into these 2 if I remember. But again, like, use the pills. They're free. It's not too hard to farm for them. Events gives a lot, like a ridiculous amount, and I didn't even finish like the Valhalla event. Neither did I even start it, and so it's they give you a lot. Like even then, like sometimes they also give it to you in your mailbox for custom, not customized, for after like events that they do, or just for rewards for reaching certain milestones and all that. So again, it very depends. But other than that, I need to wait for those 2 to come out of training, and then I'll start using squad 2 and 3 once they're out. So next up is chapter 2-4, data collection. This one, if I recall, is a fairly easy one to get an S on. Okay, so chapter... I honestly forgot the chapter. 2-4? So this one is pretty interesting. 4 turns, eliminate 6 enemies, which is... One... Wait, there's one missing. Oh, because one of them spawns here. So it tells you... So I'm gonna be deploying 2 units again, 1 and 4. I don't know why I said 1, 2, and 4. So I'm gonna send one down here, and then send one up top, which is my rifle team. I can't send them up top. So at this moment, you'll see that I'm pretty sure. Yep, there it is. So this introduces you to units that can spawn in. So you should always be careful when facing this type of ordeal. So it's best for you to take care of this right here. And I don't really have to worry about this unit unless it moves towards the white node. If he moves towards the white node, then it's going to be a problem. He moved towards the right... Why does this happen? So again, it's good to move them around if you want to end things quicker. You could also do a... I don't know what they called it, but it's a way to lure them out farther more. I'm gonna have you over here. It's a weird thing where you move them up, and then before they attack, you move the unit that you moved up back. I don't really know the term of it, nor do I think it matters, but it's good to know in a way, because you will be doing that once you hit certain events. But again, I don't really go into technical stuff when I actually do play this on my own. I usually play it just to really see if I could get some good things, some bad things, and then if I wanted to, play the events. But at the moment, there's no events because Valhalla ended in July. Was it July? I think it was July. Apparently the event exchange is still there. I don't know if they're gonna fix that or not. So at this moment, I think it's best for me to move this unit over here so I have more spaces to move around. And with that, I should be able to capture those 2 nodes. And if I play it correctly, if it's turn 4, I could easily get a silver ring for capturing all the nodes. So now I have 6. I don't think I'm able to actually capture all of it. It's 4 turns. So right now I could get an S rank if I wanted to. I want to refill here. So this is the tricky part here. If I wanted to get an S rank, then I could just capture the node. Or since I already have half of the map already captured, I could go for a silver medal. But do I really want the silver medal is what really matters, and that is probably not. I'll probably do it later. Since going through these missions quickly as possible is my top priority, as I want to reach chapter 6, 7, 8, and 9. Singularity happens around chapter 10, if I recall. Alright. So with that, we're done with this chapter. Or not this chapter, but this section in chapter 2. Our reward was PPK. Not really happy about that, but now we're going to be moving to chapter 2-5. Yeah, 2-5. I don't know why it took me a second. Okay, so this is 2-5. 2-5 is a vertical map with, if I recall, countless spawns, but it's a fairly easy one to... I don't know why it did that. Fairly quickly get through it. So I'll send out my AR unit, team, whatever you want to call it, my miscellaneous one, out to this section, and then I'll be deploying my rifle team here. As you guys saw in the bottom right corner, there's a diner gate. That guy will actually come up if knowing how their patterns are is pretty random. Again, it's my speculation, and it's a bit difficult to get a hard read on, and that guy actually goes in. Okay. I wasn't wrong about the diner gate going in. So, interestingly enough, again, chapter 2, not too crazy, because obviously I have pretty much, I'm over leveled for this, but it's good to really refresh my memory on everything. So, I should be able to, I could go over here, but I'd rather not waste resources on trying to fight something that's not going to give me much XP, and I lost my ammo. That's okay, I guess. And done. That's it. That's pretty much chapter 2-5. This one's a bit difficult when it comes to capturing all the nodes, as there will be endless enemies spawning if I remember. Okay. So, interesting enough, basically a capo, basically why F1A1 didn't go to FNC and I think FN49, if I remember her rifle name correctly. But we are about to hit chapter 2-6, where in chapter in chapter 2-6 we fight Executioner. So let's start it. Okay, so Executioner is probably one of the hardest ones in to deal with beginners, but we are about to make it easy for ourselves. So there's fairly a lot of ways to quickly go through this, but if you're obviously farming, it's best to um, go about it in a way where you beat it before any units reaches your command post or capture it in a sense. So how I do it, I usually kind of mix it up a lot, but usually this route I use a lot to farm for to kind of farm her for the exchange items, like the beach event and all that. So with this one, again, they show you that units are moving, um, and that unit, uh, the 355 combat efficiency, uh, was not actually there before. So it shows that some levels will have bosses that will have end spawns without you capturing the node. And so if you don't capture that post or node, the heliport, whatever you want to call it, if you don't capture it, it will be um, it will be a problem because so as you can see, next turn they will capture the command post, and obviously I already have one heliport here and a command post, and then I have one unit, so that adds up to 3 action points. So here, if I want to be fancy, I can just go up here or go up. Whoops, I can go up here and down here, or if I want to be stupid, I can do that. I don't know why. Oh shoot, what is happening here? Here, let me just do that. But yeah, so pretty much, faster way is just here and here, so you don't worry about going through everything. Again, faster way, don't have to worry about a lot of things. Executioner, again, is a really hard boss when it comes to beginners, as you won't have proper units that will deal damage. You'll probably have 2 stars like Galil, L85, and others, or if you're lucky, you get a 3-star assault rifle if you end up actually getting a 3-star roll. But Okay, so if I recall, chapter 2 was not when you get M4A1. It is actually in chapter 3, on 3-3. So this one, we will get M4A1, supposedly. If I remember correctly, but I don't really remember a lot of things that well. So anyways, that's the end of chapter 2. We ended up rescuing F4A1, executed Executioner, surprisingly. And pretty much that's pretty much it. I would like to go into more depth into maps, but at the moment, again, going through it just to refresh my memory with the whole stories. And so we shall see what happens in chapter 3. Anyways, um, I'm 5'7", or Kyrek if you know me on social media. We shall continue this into chapter 3. If you liked the video, leave a like. I have all of my social media in the description below and on my channel. I am more active on Instagram and Twitter. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, hope you guys have a great day.